Hi, and welcome back. So, I'm going to be talking today about not focusing on what you don't want and focusing how to really get what it is that you want. So, number one, I want to go over why it's important not to focus on what you don't want simply because you go there. So, let's say, for example, I want a louder voice. I feel like my voice is too soft when I'm teaching Pilates. That was my issue in the beginning. And that's focusing on what I don't want. What is it that I don't want? A soft voice. But what happens when it starts to show up? It starts to create feelings of self-consciousness. And so in this point, you might start to force it. You might start to force your voice to be louder. And now this may work, and sometimes it does work, but it's not as effective as the alternate solution, which I'm going to provide right now. You're forcing your voice, and that disconnects you from your body, because now you're just trying to be perfect. You're just trying to not be what you were before. What happens when you focus on not being something is you're just running away from the problem. And what happens if the problem comes, you're afraid of it. You're in a place of fear. You're in a place of running away. So what if I wanted a loud voice? How could that happen? Well, if I'm thinking you need to talk louder, it's not going to come as natural to me. I want a loud voice to be a natural byproduct of what I'm feeling. So I'm going to engage in activities that feel good activities. What would make my voice rise naturally? So some examples, some fun and loud music. They would uplift my mood, and as a result, my voice is going to naturally project and get louder. I might focus on passion. Just if I'm teaching, I'm going to get so passionate about teaching, and naturally my voice being loud, it just comes out with it. And another thing that has helped me in that area is, just practicing public speaking on my own at home. When I'm talking at home, I get comfortable with my own voice, and then naturally I start to enjoy it. Is there a way that you can feel good doing your craft? Because when you feel good doing something, the results that you're looking for, they come so naturally. So that is the difference between focusing on what you don't want. Here is another example. I just want to eat enough. I don't want to overeat. And so if you go in with the first mindset, you're going in, okay, I'm going to have to stop eating. You're forcing yourself to do something. You're in your head. You're trying to make it happen, and you're on the inside running away from the problem, which is, well, what happens if I don't? And then if that problem shows up, then you feel like a failure. And then when your confidence is plummeted, it's just not going to come. You're not feeling good doing it. So naturally, if your body's not feeling good, your body's thinking, why am I going to make it happen when it gives me anxiety? It doesn't feel good. So how can we find ways to make not overeating feel good? How can we make that the natural byproduct? In other words, me stopping at satisfaction, that's just a product of what I'm doing. What are some ways we can do that? Well, maybe I can have these are some things that help me feel good in my routine. If I have a solid structure in my day, eating is just a part of the process. So it's pretty easy for me to, not get addicted to it. Or like cleaning up the dishes when I'm done. I'm like, that's my cue. Usually by the time I'm done cleaning the dishes, I don't really have an appetite anymore. I feel good about what I've just achieved. And so it's easy for me. Or maybe for somebody else, how can I feel good? Replacing cravings for an activity that you just love, like going for a walk or doing something else. Now, this doesn't guarantee like, oh, you're gonna have 100% success all the time, and you don't have to. You're a human being. But the goal here is put yourself in a position where you feel good where the desired result, it just comes so naturally. When you're in a flow, you're the present moment, you're feeling so good about yourself, everything just comes naturally. Your voice resonates beautifully, your energy is on fire, it's so easy, you feel like on cloud nine, the movements are just coming to you. That's the point. How can I make my activity feel good? And personally, I don't always agree with the mindset of like sitting down and thinking, okay, what is it that I can improve on? What is it that I need to do better? I work backwards from that. I just think, okay, like I might be mindful of these things, but what activities will make it come out of me naturally? So as I mentioned before, initially, so my whole life I've had a pretty soft-spoken voice, me and my family, it's just how we are. But there have been circumstances where we've had to project our voices louder. And so that has been like a fun challenge for me. And recently, having become a Pilates instructor, I've become more aware of it. And I notice as I continue to practice and as I continue to teach, it just comes naturally because I'm getting used to the craft. I'm getting better at it. And then on the days when I'm feeling good about teaching, I'm feeling excited and passionate, I don't even have to think about it. It just comes naturally. Can you create passion out of the activity that it is that you're looking for? And the second part of this is reps. So put in more reps. Instead of chasing perfectionism, instead of trying to be perfect, allow yourself to be good enough. You do your best. You're doing your craft. You're doing your work. Give it your all. You know you gave your all. And give yourself credit for that. That is good enough. That was your state of consciousness in that moment. And that was the best you can do. Wrap up that, close that book, and move on. And then go into it again. Because what happens is while you're resting, your subconscious is going to work. While you're just doing things for fun, your brain is in the background putting connections together. It's building up conclusions. And guess what? When you go back and you face the same challenge the day later, your brain, it just knows what to do. It's like when you go to the gym. Maybe day one, oh gosh, that was challenging. Day two, oh hey, that actually felt easier. You can't even pinpoint why it feels easier. You just know it does. Sometimes you just gotta lean back and trust in the process. Your body already knows what to do. Your subconscious is already going to work. So just trust in that process. Face the reps. Really, there is a reason why they say all you need to do is just show up. Exposure is really the key. The more exposure you have to something, I mean, you have no choice but to get better at it. You're gonna, once you're out there facing the challenge, you don't really have a choice. Your brain and your body is already going to work to make it better. We have this natural tendency in us that we all want to improve and be better at things, and it's just human nature. I mean, just relax and let it be. So I'm going to summarize what I just talked about. Number one, don't focus on what you don't want. When you're focusing on what you don't want, that means you're getting in your head, and that means you're trying to think, how can I be better? What can I do? You're forcing things. You're putting yourself in a state of obligation. Of I have to be better, because if I'm not better, then I'm gonna let myself down, and that's just not where we want to be. It eats away at our confidence. Trust in the process, and find ways to make it feel good, so that the result you want is just a natural byproduct. Let's say you want to be a great singer and you want to project your voice. What makes it feel good to sing? Maybe singing with somebody who's good and kind of, mirroring them. Or maybe you can be listening to upbeat music, getting yourself more confidence. If you have a big presentation or something coming up and beforehand you go and do things that just amp up your confidence, go talk to your family, have a deep conversation, exercise. What they'll do, they'll get your energy up so that once you go in, it's cake. It's so easy. You don't have to get out of your head, get into your body. And then number 2 is reps. So exposure is key. Trust, allow yourself to be good enough. Allow yourself to make mistakes, even if there are critics. Good. Then let me see you again. I'll get desensitized to you, and just keep going and going and going, and eventually you will find your flow. The more you expose yourself to the challenge, the less it really has power over you, because you don't have time to worry about that. So these are some of my 2 favorite confidence tips, and have applied lately in my life and that I have grown in. So I hope this helps you as well. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video.